Hi, this is Dr. David Magnano from Vitality Regenerative Medicine, and thank you for joining me today. I wanted to cover the 4 benefits that anybody would receive with the use of regenerative medicine or stem cell therapy specifically. So there are 4 benefits, and I'm going to try to cover this in one video. It's possible that it runs into a 2-part video. That's fine, but I want to cover this in detail so you have a clear understanding of what the benefits you should receive from stem cell therapy. So the first benefit that you get is you get a reduction of inflammation. This is very important. Many of us over the years have taken anti-inflammatories, things of this nature, used creams or anything to bring down the inflammation. The stem cells naturally do this. This is not via medication, prescription, or otherwise. The stem cells naturally bring the inflammation down. What does this mean for you if you have a joint problem? With less inflammation, the joint will move easier. This also means that you'll have less pain. These are very valuable things, very helpful things when you have a degenerative joint condition. This could be a bad knee, it could be a shoulder, it could be a spinal condition, degenerative disc disease, anything like this. So the first thing the stem cells do is they bring down the inflammation. They reduce the inflammation. So you feel better. This happens generally within 1 to 3 weeks. The second thing that happens is stem cells go after the damaged joint, the arthritic joint, the degenerative joint, and they actually attack the scar tissue. They chew up the scar tissue and they reduce the scar tissue. In many cases, they actually bring the scar tissue and almost eliminate the scar tissue. This is fantastic. If we're going to bring this joint back to a more youthful joint, we have to reduce and remove some of the scar tissue. So the second thing that happens is the stem cells go after the scar tissue and bring the scar tissue down. So we've got a reduction in inflammation that makes the joint feel better and move easier. We have a reduction of scar tissue. This allows the joint again to move better, and it also opens the door for the third thing that's going to happen. And the third thing that's going to happen is these stem cells have the ability to become any tissue that they need to. You have a degenerative knee. It's been going on for a number of years. The cartilage is all worn away. On the x-ray, we see bone on bone. Obviously, this is not good. It's wearing the bone away. It's painful. It's uncomfortable. It's creating bone spurs and other problems there. So the stem cells, after they reduce the inflammation and chew up and eliminate some of the scar tissue, they go into that joint and actually create new tissue, new cartilage tissue. We know this because on an x-ray, when we x-ray a joint that say is bone on bone, afterwards we see a nice space or gap between that joint. Many of the patients have said, boy, it feels like my joint is maybe at 20 years younger, 30 years younger. We've had patients say it feels like it's 50 years younger. It feels like before they had their injury many, many years ago. And the reason for that is because the stem cells are actually creating new tissue. They're giving this joint surface some room to work in there so it's not that bone on bone wearing away the joint and causing a lot of trouble and friction and things of that nature. So we have the reduction of swelling, very fantastic for the way you feel and the way the joint moves. We're removing and reducing the scar tissue. This is very helpful for the joint and really then opens the door for the third component of what stem cells do is they go in that joint and they actually make new tissue. So if this is in a low back and somebody has a degenerative disc condition and we see those disc spaces starting to dry and thin and decay, stem cells go in there and open that up. And we can see this on follow-up or progress x-rays. The fourth thing that stem cells do is it's called it modulates your immune system. What this means is it gives your immune system a boost. And so let's say you're listening to some music, the volume can go as high as maybe 15 or 20, and the volume is down maybe around 2 or 3 or 4. So as many of us age, we notice that our immune system starts to work slower. It doesn't respond as fast to the germs and the agents that are attacking us. We don't seem to get over things as quickly. Our immune system becomes more and more sluggish. When you get a shot of stem cells, you get a boost in your immune system. It's almost like taking that volume and turning that volume up to maybe 15 or 20, and it actually restores some life and energy and vitality to your immune system. Most patients love this. They have certain benefits. A variety of benefits are listed. You can always visit our website and hear some of the testimonials. This is a very good thing. I'm going to cover the conditions, which I wanted to cover as a part 2, and I'm going to do that in my very next video. Once again, this is Dr. David Magnano from Vitality Regenerative Medicine, and I really thank you for joining me and listening.